What's up, you all? Welcome back to another fun-filled episode. I'm your host. He is Blanchard, aka Free Blanche, aka B Diddy, No Diddy, aka Blanstradamus, aka Blanchy Kruger. Anyway, today's show title is called "Are Black People Inhumane?" We went on the guy BMO, his podcast, and he talked about a term that he used, and that term was Black humanity. And so I looked it up, and it's an actual term, Black humanity. And in 2008, let's see. Let me try to, it was in an article. I was trying to find a definition for it. That's not it. Let me see. Okay, so it's Black humanity is a concept that can refer to the resilience, resistance, and reclamation of Black people in the face of devaluing and discriminatory systems. Reclamation. I guess that's reclaiming, reclamation. But Black humanity is a concept that can refer to the resilience, resistance, and reclamation of Black people in the face of devaluing and discriminatory systems. So I guess the purpose of the definition or the term is for Black folks to reclaim their humanity. I guess, in other words, Black folks aren't seen as human in this oppressive system. What's up, Prudence? What's up, Just a Girl? What's up, Ancy? What's up, Keisha? For real? What's up, Kenya? What's up, Tierra? Oh, Prue, your husband told you I was on YouTube? Oh, on live and not YouTube. But anyway, so he mentioned in the last live, the guy BMO, he mentioned about Black humanity. And it got me to thinking, Black humanity, and I got to thinking, well, are Black people humane? Are Black people humane? And so I started thinking about it. And I said, what humanitarian endeavors do Black folks get involved in? Like, if there's a natural disaster somewhere, what Black organization mobilizes and goes there and helps the people? Remember when the girls got kidnapped in Kenya or Nigeria? What Black organization went over there to go find the girls? You think about it, Black people don't participate in any kind of humanitarian efforts. If there's an oil spill in the ocean, Black folks will go out there and clean it up. Think about it. What disaster that affects society do Black folks actively try to fix or lend aid to? Nothing. So when we talk about Black humanity, my question is, are Black people humane? What causes do Black people care about? Now, Black folks care about a police shooting. Black folks care about some discrimination case. Black folks care about racism. But what do Black folks care about outside of Black people? We already know that white folks care about everybody. If there's ever a problem anywhere in the world, white folks gonna show up with their money, with their time, and with their efforts. But my question for you all, can somebody point me to what humane acts do black people participate in? All kind of animals going extinct around the world. Black folks ain't trying to save them animals. Black folks let the animals run loose in the neighborhood. I'm asking the question for real. What humane efforts do black folks get involved in? When Katrina happened, what did black folks do? Well, when Katrina happened, what did the men do? They started looting, pillaging, and plundering. You know how many women got SA'd in Katrina? You know how many folks died not from drowning during Katrina? Black men turned into savages during Katrina. I'm asking y'all seriously, what humane things do black people participate in? Please, can somebody tell me? This term, black humanity, implies that black people aren't treated as humans in the United States. But when I look outside and look around, black people, out of everybody treating everybody a certain way, black folks are the most inhumane. Black folks are the most inhumane. Think about how vulnerable people were during Katrina. And then think about what the men were doing. Think about how vulnerable people were in Haiti during the earthquakes. And think about what the men were doing. Do y'all realize that when the community's at its most vulnerable, black men come and start terrorizing? Think about the Peter pandemic. Think about everything supposed to be on lockdown and the homicide rate skyrocketed. So we have an example of the earthquake in Haiti, black men turned savage. We got an example of Katrina, black men turned savage. And then we have the Peter pandemic, black men turned savage. So my question is, what humane endeavors do black folks participate in? Black folks don't do animal rescues, animal search and rescue. I'm just saying. Tory said they raise pit bulls to fight them, or they do cockfights. And I know it sounds bad what I'm saying, but I'm just asking because I got proof of what black folks do when it's a natural disaster. It's proof. They're not showing up. They're not showing up. Because the first thing they're going to say is, well, I can't help them, so I'm dealing with racism. Leatherface said they barbecue. Broski Bear said blast not all, but most are inhumane. Listen, I don't think that black people are, as a whole, are inhumane. But I do think that black people as a whole culturally lack empathy for other groups of people suffering. Does that make sense? Like, I don't think that black folks are just outright just inhumane. But when it comes to other people suffering, black folks are not sympathetic. That's true. Culturally, they're not culturally at all. Black folks don't have any sympathy for anybody else suffering. Tory said everyone on St. Thomas fights animals for fun. Talking about the island? I've not seen black people taking photos with dead animals they killed. I've not seen black people taking photos with dead animals they killed. I just saw a video of some African children playing with a dead baboon. I just saw the video of the children playing with the dead baboon. Now, clearly, we're not going to play this game about playing with dead things. Black folks put a dead person in the club. Black folks will put an embalmed body out the casket and prop it up in the club and party all night. Don't tell me about posing with no picture about what black folks don't do. Don't tell me that. You done seen plenty of times where black folks ride around with a dead body in the trunk. Don't talk about somebody posing with an animal and black folks making songs about the folks they done killed. White folks posing with dead animals and black folks make songs about the folks they done killed. So I don't want to hear nothing about no white folks taking no pictures, but with no animals. Okay. But let's so I don't think again that black folks are just overall humane, but I do think that black people lack empathy when other folks are suffering. I do. And even black people. Like black folks don't care about other black folks suffering, or other black folks don't care. Black people are very selfish when it comes to how they view the world. Because making everything about your race is going to make you selfish. Because black people's energy and efforts go towards getting something from white people, i.e. the government. So it's going to make you selfish. If you got your hand out all the time, you're going to be selfish. And black folks culturally are very selfish, very selfish. And then we talk about things like, can we build wealth and all this stuff. Black folks are too selfish to build up a community or even a nation for that matter. They're too selfish. The reason why black folks can't ever do anything together is because everybody's walking around selfish. Nobody wants to be the one to sacrifice. You know, other races of people come over to this country and they'll sacrifice. They'll all move into one place, 20 people into one place. And then when they save their money up, guess what? They move out, then they move out. So again, black folks ain't doing that. Nobody's willing to take the initial sacrifice. Nobody wants to experience that initial discomfort. So black folks are selfish. And again, being selfish is a byproduct of the culture because the culture is selfish. The culture says everything is about race. And if everything is about race, then that means everything is about you being black. It's going to make you selfish. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let's continue. Oh, speaking of animals, I saw this video.
Shocking turn of events for a 48-year-old dad who has lost his hands and legs after doing something so many of us do every day.
I got licked by a dog.
That's right. All this from being licked by a dog. Greg Manafel is also braced for more. He's about to lose his nose.
And they told me my nose is mummified too, and it's almost like a frostbite.
Greg's life changed forever when he went to a neighborhood party at a park near his home in Wisconsin.
There was like 5 dogs at the party. They were all swimming in the pond. And I was touching all of them because I love dogs.
Greg's doctors believe he contracted a bacteria from one of the dogs that licked him.
I ended up not washing my hands and rubbing my eye or my face, my mouth somehow.
His own pit bull, Ellie, has been ruled out as the source of the infection because she wasn't at the party, and according to Greg's family, she doesn't lick. Beverly Hills veterinarian Jeffrey Werber says the bacteria that infected Greg is called Capnocytophaga canamorsis. It's found in 75% of dogs, but it's extremely rare for it to infect a human.
Let me say this. I know people love their animals and love pets, but I just don't understand why you want to lick the dog in the mouth. My mind can't, like, that dog is not gonna think you love it any less because you don't let him lick, because you don't let the dog lick you in the mouth. This man just lost his both arms, both legs, about to lose his nose because he wanted to lick some random dogs in the mouth. Kiss him for what? Why? You don't understand that human society is not the animal kingdom. Dogs are pack animals. They're used to order, structure, and hierarchy. This man kissing these random dogs in the mouth got some kind of bacteria, and now he done lost it. Look at him. He can't even play it again.
A shocking turn of events for a 48-year-old dad who has lost his hands and legs after doing something so many of us do every day.
I got licked by a dog.
That's right. All this from being licked by a dog. Greg Manifel is also braced for more. He's about to lose his nose.
And they told me my nose is mummified too, and it's almost like a frostbite.
Greg's life changed forever when he went to a neighborhood party at a park near his home in Wisconsin.
There was like 5 dogs at the party. They were all swimming in a pond. And I was touching all of them because I love dogs.
Greg's doctors believe he contracted a bacteria from one of the dogs that licked him.
I ended up not washing my hands and rubbing my eye or my face, my mouth somehow.
His own pit bull, Ellie, has been ruled out as the source of the infection because she wasn't at the party, and according to Greg's family, she doesn't lick.
Like, even the dog Ellie doesn't lick, and she's still kissing the dog. And granted, listen, I know people love their pets, but I'm just saying though, I don't understand the fascination with licking these dogs in the mouth. Dogs put their mouth on their genitals, their butt, anything on the ground. A dog will eat their own vomit. Dogs put their mouth as part of their survival tactics. They put their mouth on everything. They taste, they smell. This man went to a park, some dogs swimming in a lake. He let some random dogs lick on him, all over him, and he ain't washed his hands. He ain't did nothing. It's just too much. Listen, I love animals like the next person, but I'm not letting no dog kiss me in the mouth. I don't know. I don't get that.
Beverly Hills veterinarian Jeffrey Werber says the bacteria that infected Greg is called Capnocytophaga canamorsis. It's found in 75% of dogs, but it's extremely rare for it to infect a human.
Leatherface said he has a certain kind of nose. And again, I can't tell anyone how to deal with their pets. I'm just saying the dog is not going to think you love it any less because you don't let it lick you in the mouth. It's just not. Dogs are not wired that way. You can abuse a dog and it'll still love you. Like, dogs are a man's best friend for a reason. And the dog don't have to lick you in the mouth for you to show that you love the dog. It doesn't increase the bond. I don't know. But we're gonna pray for this guy. But this guy let these dogs lick him, and now he don't have any arms or legs, and he about to lose his nose. He about to walk around here looking like the Sphinx. It's just crazy. We're gonna pray for him though. But let's continue.
Nigga, that's why you standing here like a scary ass bitch for a nigga.
Damn, I can't really play the sound, but I'm gonna just play it So basically, I'm gonna let you see the video. I won't play it because he's saying the N-word too many times. So it's a guy here. He confronts, it's a black guy confronting a white guy. And he's telling the white guy, I guess the white guy used the N-word. Now, what I find funny is black folks pick and choose which person that's not black can use the N-word. I don't know what the criteria is. I don't know what they base it on. It's cool for some, this person can say it, but this person can't say it. And then, so black folks are really all over the place when it comes to who can say the N-word. Anyway, this white guy must have said the N-word. And I'm pretty sure he used it in a very regular way. But this guy confronts him and he wants him to apologize. He asks him why he said it. Now, this is where I talk about black folks don't have any honor. And I'm going to tell you right here. Now, he's telling him, asking him why he said it. Now, keep in mind, he's actually calling him the N-word, but condemning him for saying the N-word. He didn't say he called anybody the N-word. He just said he said the N-word, and he's calling him the N-word the entire time. So if you see right here, the guy's apologized. That's what he asked him to do, but he don't want to let it go. Now, this kind of anger that this young black man has is feminine. This is feminine energy. It's because if you're going to, like, if I have a problem with a man and he tells me that he apologizes, after that, it's supposed to be squashed. It's supposed to be squashed. If I'm an honorable person, it's supposed to be squashed. But you're going to see what this king does to this white guy. And the problem I have with it too is that not only did he do the most dishonorable thing, but he snuck him to do it. Because my thing is, if you really felt this way, you should have said, let's go out back and shoot the fade and keep it easy. If you really felt that offended by what he did, let's go out back and shoot the fade, and then we can be cool. Because normally men squash things that way. But what he did was he had all his friends there to watch. I know he told them, I'm going to beat him up, but he tricked them. He talked to him, told him to apologize, do all this stuff, and now you're going, let's just watch it. What's up, Katie? Listen, y'all, my cousin Katie on here. She's a queen. What's up, Katie?
Why you say that shit, nigga? You know that shit about. You know. Hey, Patrick.
Hey.
You know that shit.
Bro, hey, brother, brother, chill. Hey, brother, my brother, chill, brother. You.
What's the matter, right?
You're good.
Get my hat. Get my hat.
You're good.
Go to my crib. We're going back to my crib. Let's go.
And they don't even check on him. Like they don't even check on the young man to see. He over there knocked unconscious. Like I said, I asked the question, are black people inhumane? This man just sucker punched this guy, knocked him out cold, and the dude want to beat him some more. They ain't even checking on old boy. It is dishonorable. It's dishonorable. Azim said it's savage. It is.
Why you say that shit? Why you say that shit, nigga? You know that shit about. You know. Hey, Patrick.
Hey.
You know that shit.
Bro, hey, brother, chill. Hey, brother, my brother, chill, brother. You're good.
And in the comments of this video, black folks support this, right? This is why we talk about, somebody said not all, but most, but it's true. Culturally, it's true. Black folks supported this actions. They supported this dishonorable behavior right here. If I'm coming to a man and I'm saying, you owe me an apology, and he apologizes, then why am I putting my hands on him? And then why am I putting my hands on him and not offering him a fair fight? It's just disgusting. It's disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Let's listen to somebody else. And the reason why I show these videos is because I'm trying to get Black folks to see that they are no different than anybody else. Black folks aren't in some special class where they have the moral high ground over everyone else. They're the same as everybody else. You're no different. You're not better. All have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Black folks are not better than any other group. It's just not. And I show these images and videos for a reason, to let Black folks see how Black folks really are, not this fairy tale narrative that everybody's feeding the world. Black people are no different than anybody else. When I was growing up, I was told that Black people weren't serial killers. That's a lie. I was told that Black folks don't do mass shootings. That's a lie. I was told that Black folks don't mess with children. That's a bold-faced lie. I was told that Black folks don't kidnap children. That's a lie. Everything I was told is a lie. So my conclusion is that everybody is the same. What separates individuals is their character, not their skin color. So let's continue.
Know that 12 years old, that messing with a 4-year-old is wrong.
In some cases, yeah, but
This is the moment a man tried to justify doing unspeakable things to his 4-year-old niece for a total of 9 years, just after her mother had passed away.
I started when I was around 12, 13, and
she was 4?
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
So from 12 years old that you said it started up until you're 21, 20, you were doing this to her?
No, I was about 17.
Here he is caught lying about how long the abuse went on for.
He was between 14 and 23.
I'm gonna start this over. Now, Kalaloo says, you make no sense. You want to show that people are separate by their character, yet you're only showing videos of Black people. Let me ask y'all a question. Does the media show positive images of white people? How many of you all have grown up your entire life seeing negative media and content about white people? Can somebody show me a show of hands? Now, we got folks in this chat, ages 20, 30, 40, and up. So we have a bunch of people here, and we're talking about lifetimes worth of anti-white content. White folks were the serial killers. White folks were the murderers. White folks were racist. This is in movies. This is on TV shows. So my question is, why would I come on my platform and show white folks doing bad when that's all that's on the media? That's all that's on television. That's all that's in Hollywood. What's not in Hollywood, what's not on television, is how Black folks are acting. That's why. It makes no sense to do it. People be like, they used to be like, why don't you talk about Trump? Talk about Trump for what? CNN talks about Trump. MSNBC talks about Trump. Social media. There is a bunch of content out there. Majority of content is negative towards Donald Trump. Why would I come on my platform and talk about Donald Trump? It don't make any sense. What you're not getting is the other side. See, I come on my page and give the other side. You're only getting one side. So what I show is what the media won't show. I show what the media hides from you. That's what I show. I'm not going to get on my platform and then push some more propaganda. I'm going to say this again. Black people are no better than any other group of people. I don't care what they show you and what they tell you, they're not. So if you don't like my content, Callaloo, then go to the Shade Room. Go to the Shade Room. Go to Hollywood Unlocked. Go to Baller Alert. You can go to many of pages with millions of followers with anti-white content. Isn't it funny how my little small channel got folks upset? It's a whole bunch of platforms out there talking crazy about white folks. There was a guy on C-SPAN. There was a guy on C-SPAN. And he said that we got to get rid of all white people. He said this on C-SPAN. Did he get censored? Did he go to prison? Did he go to jail? Did he get arrested? No. You can't find one white. If a white person said on TV, we got to get rid of all black people, they would be in prison. They would be in prison. I don't care about you being disappointed. Be disappointed. Listen, when black people are disappointed, I know I'm doing what's right. When black folks get mad at me, I know I'm doing what's right. Y'all don't understand that. If black people like you, you're doing something wrong. If black people love you and praise you, you are doing something wrong. If you don't believe me, just pick out anybody that black folks praise, and I guarantee they have low character. They're not good people. Disappointed in me. So what? I'm glad you're disappointed in me. That's good. That means I'm doing the right thing. If you got on here and you was loving what I was saying, I said, I gotta go harder. Look at them. Do you like white women? See? Just program and propaganda. Think about this. Think about everything I'm saying that he can't refute. So now you're gonna ask me, do I like white women? Think about everything I just said right now in these past 2 minutes, and his rebuttal is, do you like white women? What I find funny is most of the people on this platform right now are black. The irony of what this person is saying is that most of the folks on this platform right now are black. I feel like you're doing this for white women that like you. See, the black man's, listen, I don't know what's simpler. I don't know what's more simple. The mind of a hamster or the mind of a black man. I don't know which is more simpler, the mind of a hamster or the mind of a black man. Matter of fact, I would venture to say that if I hit a hamster on top of the head and it was unconscious, the black man's mind would be simpler. The black man does not understand the world, and he doesn't understand the world because his entire life is built on excuses. Anytime I can wake up and blame somebody else, I'll never grow. I'll never get to understanding. Think about it. What's the number one thing that keeps folks from God? It's an excuse. It's an excuse along the way. You said, I don't want to do this because of this. It's an excuse. This man asked me, do I like white women? I feel that you're doing this for white women. What's funny is I tell all the women don't deal with y'all. I tell white women don't deal with y'all, black women. I tell all women to be cautious of these black men. I do. Let's continue.
But you know that 12 years old, that messing with a 4-year-old is wrong.
In some cases, yeah, but
This is the moment a man tried to justify doing unspeakable things to his 4-year-old niece for a total of 9 years, just after her mother had passed away.
I started when I was around 12, 13, and
she was 4?
Yeah, around that time, yeah.
So from 12 years old that you said it started up until you're 21, 20? You were doing this to her?
No, I was about 17.
Here he is caught lying about how long the abuse went on for.
He was between 14 and 23, and she was between 4 and 13.
To make this whole situation worse, he admits that it all started when the young girl's mother passed away.
This is
Okay.
right around the time when my sister passed, her mother passed away. It was about 2 years after
Okay.
she passed away.
So after her mom died, you did this to her?
After serving only 4 years of his sentence and being caught lying throughout his parole hearing, he was granted parole.
Now, you all want to convince me that America's racist, but if you ever watch these parole hearings and you watch these black men get now this guy, he did 4 years. He got paroled after 4 years, and he was molesting this girl from ages 14 to 23. He started when she was at age 4. And this man just admitted to them, no remorse. None of that. I'm not changed. It ain't that wrong. He even said it's not wrong in all cases. And they let him out. And y'all want to convince me America's race? Listen to what he said. Listen to him. And guess what? This is not an isolated incident. I can show y'all case after case after case of these black men telling these people, I don't have remorse. I might do it again. I ain't changed. And they let them out. There was a case in Utah where the girl was at Utah on the track team. She had been dating a black guy for about 6 weeks, and he ended up shooting her 7 times, killing her. And he got out of prison the same way. They was interviewing him as parole hearing. He said he told them people, there's something you don't even know about. I hope I don't do it again. And they let him out. So my question is, why are they letting these black men out if they're so racist? What is the reason for letting these men out and they're telling you I'm not reformed? Listen to what he says.
But you know that 12 years old, that messing with a 4-year-old is wrong.
In some cases, yeah, but
This is the moment a man tried to justify doing unspeakable things to his 4-year-old niece for a total of 9 years, just after her mother had passed away.
I started when I was around 12, 13, and
And she was 4?
yeah, around that time, yeah.
So again, the lady said, you know that if you're 12, it is wrong to mess with a 4-year-old. And this man's response was, not in all cases.
12 years old that you said it started, up until you're 21, 20? You were doing this to her?
No, I was about 17.
Here he is caught lying about how long the abuse went on for.
He was between 14 and 23, and she was between 4 and 13.
So from the time that he was 14 to 23, so he's 14, she's 4. He's 15, she's 5. He's 16, she's 6. He's 17, she's 7. He's 18, she's 8. He's 19, she's 9. He's 20, she's 10. He's 21, she's 11. He's 22, she's 12. He's 23, she's 13. And they let this man out after 4 years. The guy they raped the woman on the train in Philadelphia, we already saw, he only got 7 years. He only got 7 years. And he might get out early. You know how many folks got released during the Peter pandemic? You know how many folks got released from prison during the Peter pandemic? They would let down all kind of psychopaths and sociopaths out onto the street because they didn't want folks to get COVID. They didn't want to increase the spread.
To make this whole situation worse, he admits that it all started when the young girl's mother passed away.
Do you know hold up. Do you know how heartless you have to be for this young girl's mother to pass away, and you swoop in, and instead of you being her uncle, instead of you being like a father figure to her, and the little girl is traumatized. One thing you will find consistent in Black culture is Black people do not care about victims. The one thing you will find consistent in Black culture is that Black folks do not take consideration for the victims. They don't care.
This is right around the time when my sister her mother passed away. It was about 2 years after she passed away.
So after her mom died, you did this to her?
After serving only 4 years of his sentence and being caught lying throughout his parole hearing, he was granted parole.
So after this, he gets granted parole. Now, my question is, what would make the parole board think that he should be out in the free world again? Based on what he's saying in here, what was it? The only basis is because he's Black. That's the only reason. What other reason could it be? He was guilty the first time. He doesn't show remorse. So why would you think he needs to be released? What are you basing it on? I'll tell you. He's Black. It's called privilege. It's called you see a Black man and you feel like he needs an opportunity at life. Because he grew up oppressed, that's what made him do what he did. So he deserves a second chance. And I guarantee this guy is going to repeat offend. I guarantee it. This guy is going to repeat offend. I guarantee it. He only served 4 years. He only served 4 years. Thank you, B. Simmons. They don't want to appear to be racist. And this is the problem. And this is why I say with this whole Black empowerment, because what Black empowerment truly is a lowering of the standard. That's all it is. When we talk about Black empowerment, what are you really saying? You are saying put Black people in positions they don't deserve. This guy molested a young girl, baby, at 4 years old till she was 13 or 14, from 4 to 14, I'm sorry. And he only got 4 years. Think about how he did it for 10 years. He only got 4 years. Now he's back out on the street. He's going to do it again. Because the parole board wants to show, oh, we're letting Black men out. This is the problem with the whole racial narrative. You demonize white people, but demonizing white people automatically makes you make Black people angels. Because you've already made them two opposing forces. So once you say white is bad, that automatically means Black is good. And we should be judging a person by the content of their character, not the color of their skin. Famous words by Martin Luther, the King. Ironically, if Black folks had to listen to what he was saying, he would have never rose to power. If Black folks had to judge MLK based on his character, he would have never made it. Let's continue.
As a parent to 3 daughters, I could not imagine leaving my daughters alone at the ages of 7 and 10 for any period of time, much less for 3 days to travel to Miami. I have a difficult time leaving my dogs alone for an extended period of time. You allege that you flew to Miami at the last minute to accompany a friend who was having elective cosmetic surgery, liposuction, and you also stated you were paid to do so. This explanation strains credulity, and I suspect there is more to this story and why you chose to fly to Miami for 3 days in February.
So this is a young queen, young mother. She left her 3 children at home alone for 3 days, the oldest one being 10, second was 7, and the other one younger than the 7-year-old. We don't know the age. But she left her children at home alone to go with her friend to get her BBL. Today's title is, Are Black People Inhumane? This young mother left her children at home to go with her friend so her friend can get her BBL. Thank you, Katie, so much for the super sticker. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for dropping the C note. Thank you, Katie, it's my cousin. Everyone knows a victim. No one talks about the perp. Free peanut mentality with a peanut brain. We're going to lead this up. We're going to play it again. I want you to look at her facial expressions as the judge is telling her what she did. Now, her brother was on this post, and her brother said, give my sister her kids back. That's what he said. Another comment was, man, all she did was go on a little vacation. Like, I'm just telling y'all, go to the comments of the video and you will see black folks responding heartless. They don't care. Do you know what can happen to some children ages 10, 7, and younger home alone for 3 days by themselves? And you going to Miami so your friend can get her butt done? Look at her response.
As a parent to 3 daughters, I could not imagine leaving my daughters alone at the ages of 7 and 10 for any period of time, much less for 3 days to travel to Miami. I have a difficult time leaving my dogs alone for an extended period of time. You allege that you flew to Miami at the last minute to accompany a friend who was having elective cosmetic surgery, liposuction, and you also stated you were paid to do so. This explanation strains credulity, and I suspect there is more to this story and why you chose to fly to Miami for 3 days in February.
So the judge is saying he's not buying it. He said it's more to the story. Now, she could have went to Miami to trick off. I don't know. She could have went to Miami, be with some guy. She could have went to Miami to run some dope. I don't know. But we know whatever it wasn't good because she left her kids behind by themselves. I want to ask her brother a question. You talking about give my sister her kids back. Why didn't you go pick the children up for her? Why didn't you watch them? It's just funny to me that. Anyway, today's title is, Are Black People Inhumane? And this young lady left her children at home and to go down to Miami so her friend get her BBL. I don't know. But I told you all before that black people don't care about the victims. Read what Katie said. Everyone knows a victim. No one talks about the perp. Free peanut mentality with a peanut brain. Let's continue. Now, somebody told me that I was being unfair. They said I should be showing videos of white people doing something, everybody doing something, but I won't do it. There's enough anti-white propaganda out there. We just saw a trial where the world condemned Daniel Penny for potentially saving lives. And not a week later, we got somebody on a train getting burnt alive. Think about that. Daniel Penny was portrayed as a monster, portrayed as racist, black folks marching and protesting. But we see a woman getting burnt, black woman probably getting burnt on a train just a week later. And I told somebody, I said, now Daniel Penny had been on that train, maybe this woman's life her life would have been saved. Because we know Daniel Penny being white, he would have knew what to do if somebody was on fire. If you go watch that, I'm gonna play the train video. If you go watch that video, people pull their phones out. Folks are wearing jackets. Folks could have smothered the fire out with them coats. Folks pulled their phone out. But we do know one thing about white folks. White folks, when it's a crisis, they don't pull their phone out. If it's a baby in shark-infested water, white folks die. Somebody white diving in. Matter of fact, it might be a black child that done fell in the ocean in shark-infested water at an all-black barbecue or event, and them are black folks around. A black baby fall in that water, a white person will come out of nowhere and dive in the water. You don't even know where they came from. A white person will come out of nowhere and dive in the water and save the baby. So we know when it's a crisis situation, white people show up. Daniel Penny just got condemned last week, and not a week later, we got an immigrant burning somebody alive on a train and sitting there and just watching it for a show. Think about how that one event on that train summed up this whole issue. And keep in mind, the guy that burnt her up, he came across illegally in Arizona in 2018. He was detained then, but they let him go. In 2018, he got detained, coming across the border in Arizona, let him go. And who would have knew just 6 years later that he would have murdered somebody on the train, burn him alive? I keep telling you all that the folks that come over here don't like this country. If they like this country, they would come over the right way because they respect the country. Because they respect the country. This how this works. You have people trying to come in legally. The folks on this side say, why are you not letting these folks in that meet the qualifications? That's how you get it done in America. That's how it works. You bring attention to the loopholes in the system, and then you force them to fix it that way. Now, there's a fast track way to come into the country legally. But when somebody sneaks into a country, you don't respect the country. You don't respect it. You don't respect the country. And people only are okay with it because white people are in charge. If black folks were in charge of America, there'd be no illegal immigration. I'm going to say it again. If black people were in charge of America, there would be no illegal immigration. Black folk would have snipers at every entrance point on that border. Y'all know it's true. Y'all know good and well, black folk wouldn't take too kindly to somebody sneaking into their country. We know this. We know this. Thank you so much, Katie. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But the only reason folks are okay with immigration is because white people run this country. If Hispanics ran this country, wouldn't be no immigration. Listen, if any other group ran this country, no illegal immigration. Let's continue. Let's continue. Remember this guy?
That triggered the felony that it allowed them to be able to sentence me the way that they did in 1994. I also caught another case. At that time, I was what you call giving out consignment on drugs. 2 people in particular I gave consignment to, and I ended up getting arrested for a case. And when I sent someone to go pick up the money from them, they kind of just was like, whatever, I'm not paying them. So when I came home, one guy in particular, I ran into him with his girlfriend.
Did you get that case got dismissed, right?
The gun charge?
No, the one that you were away for. You got arrested for something. You're in jail.
Yes.
These guys figure since you're in jail, fuck it, we're not going to pay him.
Yeah, I'm not going to pay him.
And then the case that you were arrested for got dismissed.
Got dismissed.
Right,
I got
so
acquitted.
So then you come home.
So then I come home and, I need my money. I need my money. I'm just me being honest. It's just me being straight. I gave you something, and we had an understanding that you were going to pay me. And when I came home, when I finally located this particular individual, he had his girlfriend with him. And this guy owed me $5,000 for some drugs that I had gave him on consignment. I gave him an eighth of a kilo, which is 125 grams.
So what he ended up doing was he pistol whipped the guy and the girl. Now, this guy is talking about how corrupt the system is, how unjust the justice system is, but he's letting you know what he actually does on the streets. As soon as he got out from prison, wherever he was, he didn't learn his lesson. He immediately went to the block to go pistol whip somebody. As soon as he got released, he didn't even wait. But he went on tour telling you all how unjust the justice system was.
You have a whole bunch of different entities under this one large umbrella, right? And I remember I was getting paid 17 cents an hour at one point in time, 19 cents an hour. And, for operating these big machines, and they were producing just like a mass amount of, Corecraft is actually a Fortune 500 corporation. And they function, they regulate out of the prison industrial complex.
So they want you to believe that it's wrong to exploit prison labor. Imagine somebody that has killed people, robbed people, sold drugs, terrorized the community, and they want you to feel bad because he goes to prison and only gets paid 19 cents an hour. Now, in other countries, they make you work in prison for nothing. At least in American prison, you can learn a trade and get paid in the process. But imagine them trying to convince you that a prisoner getting paid to work in prison is wrong. Imagine them wanting you to want for this guy to go to prison and make $25 an hour while he's in prison. Are you insane? Now, this guy he's with Queens Defenders. Look at this company real quick. Queens Defenders. You see that red fist? So we know it's a communist organization. Let's go to the website real quick. Let's go to the website real quick. So right here it's called Queens Defenders. Queens Defenders. Queens Defenders fight for justice every day for every client. Since 1996, our lawyers have helped over 500,000 people in cases involving homicides and major trials, treatment courts, domestic violence, youth felonies, immigrants charged with criminal offenses, eviction proceedings in housing court, anti-eviction representation. So you know they deal with foolishness. They got a whole bunch of black and brown people on the little page. Our core services, social work, criminal defense, immigration, community outreach, anti-eviction representation. Since hold on, I can't, it's moving too fast. So here goes the staff right here. So you see the staff. Now, I want you to look at the staff. I want you to look at the staff. Over 5,000 people visited the Rockaway Youth Queens Defenders collaboration with 18 nonprofits. They represent folks from 113 countries. Now look at the staff. What don't you see in the staff? What's not present? Bunch of wiggities. And I see an Asian, so that's a chickadee. The wiggities, the chickadees, but no bliggities. It may even be a Jewish person, so a jiggity. We got jiggities, wiggities, and chickadees, but we have no bliggities. No bliggities. Here are some of the things that we can help with. We connect clients to resources and alternatives into incarceration. We provide holistic services to our clients and their families. We manage the peer-led youth justice courts. We educate adults and adolescents about their legal rights. We partner with local organizations, librarians, police officers, and teachers to create new services. We reduce the impact of a criminal record on employment, housing, education, and public benefits. So basically, they make it easy for the criminal. They make it easy for the criminal. Now look at this picture right here. Look at this. You get all these hands right here, and they put the bliggity hand in there. All these hands, and they put the bliggity hand in there. So let's go back to the guy that was on Joe Rogan. Let's see how he turned out being an advocate, for the people.
Dismembered inside an apartment. Now today, police arrested a man named Sheldon Johnson. He is a criminal justice activist, and he boasted about turning his life around after getting out of prison.
It's a shocking set of charges for a man most recently known for this.
I had a wife, I had family still, my son was growing up. He was hearing stories about my so-called notoriety.
That's Johnson appearing on the popular Joe Rogan podcast, talking about his efforts to reform himself and help other kids detach themselves from gang life. Police say this is also him. Police were called to apartment 6G after a neighbor heard gunshots and saw Johnson in and out of the apartment. Police entered the apartment. They found a man's torso and a foot inside a bin. They searched his apartment and found the victim's legs, arms, and head in the freezer.
Now, the guy that told you that the system was corrupt, I'm going to play it again. Let me play it again.
Man found dismembered inside an apartment. Now today, police arrested a man named Sheldon Johnson. He is a criminal justice activist, and he boasted about turning his life around after getting out of prison.
It's a shocking set of charges for a man most recently known for this.
I had a wife, I had family still, my son was growing up. He was hearing stories about my so-called notoriety.
That's Johnson appearing on the popular Joe Rogan podcast, talking about his efforts to reform himself and help other kids detach themselves from gang life. Police say this is also him. Police were called to apartment 6G after a neighbor heard gunshots and saw Johnson in and out of the apartment. Police entered the apartment. They found a man's torso and a foot inside a bin. They searched his apartment and found the victim's legs, arms, and head in the freezer.
So, American Man said, I bet those kids had a father she could have called. Yes, American Man. She could have called the father. or probably her mother, anybody would took them kids for 3 days. But she chose to keep it a secret for a reason, because she was going to Miami to do something that she shouldn't have been doing. And so that's why she didn't tell anybody about where she was going, because she was up to no good. Thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. Thank you. Broski Bear, Blanche, you got a friend in Broski Bear. Keep up the great work. God bless. Thank you, Broski Bear. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Got my boy Kofi. Thank you, Kofi, for the super sticker. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Kofi. But so the guy that was talking about the system and how bad the system is and how he's being so mistreated, gave him too much time, is the same guy that killed somebody and chopped the body up. I'm not making this up. The same guy that chopped the body up. The police found a torso and a foot, a leg or a foot. So again, this is the guy telling you all that the system is corrupt. The guy that can just kill somebody in cold blood and methodically chop their body up in pieces and take it out piece by piece. And take it out piece by piece. Let's continue. So let's see what Joe Rogan has to say about what he did with this guy coming on. Now Joe Rogan has had on a few frauds, Billy Carson being one of them. I'm just go ahead and say it. Most of the time, if you got a bliggity on your show, they lie. So I'm just going. I'm gonna say it. Most of the time, if you got a bliggity on your show, they lying. I had to say it. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Let's continue.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
So I guess we just get right into it. The last case that we talked about, we had a very unfortunate incident happen after the podcast, about a month later.
Yeah.
The gentleman beheaded somebody.
Allegedly, yes.
Allegedly. Yeah. There's a lot of allegedlys, but
yeah,
there was so many crazy things to that case. The craziest thing was him trying to fool the security cameras with a wig. I guess he didn't know how high resolution cameras had gotten over the 25 years that he was in jail.
I mean, apparently there's a lot he didn't know. Yeah. The only reason I say allegedly is because I'd be a bit of a hypocrite if I started calling him guilty before he has a trial. But
of course,
based on the surveillance,
it doesn't look good.
What do they say in Texas? It ain't too shiny.
Who could have known he was going to do that other than him?
Now look at this guy said, I don't want to call him guilty. And they literally found a human version of Mr. Potato Head. They found the torso, the foot, the leg. What were we talking about? I still can't call him guilty. This is the problem. This is the problem. When they talk about social justice and black empowerment, really what they're talking about is lowering a standard. They want the standard lowered. That's all they're talking about. Because you're not going to fix the behavior. You're not going to fix the culture. So all you can do is take away the accountability. Lower the standard.
I'm as shocked over it now as I was in the moment. I mean, yeah, I don't. There are no words. I called him a miracle on this show, and the media shoved that straight up my ass. I mean,
of course, but that's what they're going to do. Well, he was the only guy that you had ever brought in that was actually guilty, that you felt was in jail for too long. You know, he got a 50-year sentence, correct?
70,
and he was reduced to 25.
It was just basically time served. He did about 30 years, and they resentenced him, and it was a gruesome murder. You know, it wasn't just beheaded. I think he was dismembered completely.
Well, he was trying to get rid of the body, right?
You've given us an amazing platform to get stories out for people that really need help. Like, what did I do wrong?
You did nothing wrong.
Well,
I don't think you did anything wrong. You just listen. The man had great qualities. He like when you talk to him, he's very intelligent, very nice guy. He just thought he could get away with getting payback on somebody.
Yeah, look, that's super gracious of you. I was the public face of his resentencing. There was a lot of great people involved. And it wasn't just from the defense side. He didn't let anyone down if he did this but himself and the people that still need help. And I have to swallow the jagged pill that this work comes with some letdowns. If he's convicted and he did it, that's on him. What I'm guilty of is giving a guy a second chance.
So again, and this is what you're going to find. You see, we don't give white people credit back in the day for having discernment. Because now white folks today, especially I would say white liberals especially, they have no discernment. So they can't talk to a person, especially a person of color, and tell that they're not a good person. Like in this guy right here, the guy that's the quote unquote advocate guy, think about the people he comes in contact with. Criminals. And just because you get off on something doesn't mean you're not guilty. You just found a loophole in the law. Let's be clear on that. Just because you get off on something does not mean that you are innocent. You just found a loophole. I know for a fact with the folks he's dealing with, the majority of folks he's dealing with are guilty. I guarantee it. This guy right here that he had resentenced, he just came out and did something crazy. I would love to see all the folks they get out or get off and see if they repeat offend. I guarantee they repeat offend. See, they never tell you about how these folks end up. I guarantee the folks they get off go out there and do it again. I guarantee it. He's talking about he don't want to call him guilty. They got the man on camera. They got the man on camera. No discernment. No discernment. Just looking at skin color. Thank you, Kofi. Just looking at skin color.
This is the prime example of keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Now, this is the last thing this pregnant mom ever expected at her own baby shower, where she was not only set up, but jumped.
Open it up. I need it. Open it up. Pull out the gun. Hey, don't break it.
The craziest part of it all is that when the mom tried locking herself in, all the men that were around her were also a part of it and made sure to unlock the door just so that the girls could get in. She has since been hospitalized and her baby has allegedly passed away. But the moral of the story is to be careful who you call a friend.
Oh, man. Hey, pull off. Pull off.
I'm trying to find the article on this because I can't. I'm trying to find the article on this to get the detail. So they're saying the baby passed away. I've been trying to find the actual article on it, but I can't find it. I need her last name. Her name is Deja. Because all that's popping up is Deja baby shower. Thank you, Combat Medic, for the super sticker. Thank you so much. I'm trying to. Yeah, I can't find it. But anyway, the girls at a baby shower. Some girls showed up and beat her up. Are Black people inhumane? Are Black people inhumane? And the men stood around and unlocked the door. She tried to lock it and the men unlocked it. So the girl got beat up at her baby shower. They know she's pregnant. They don't care.
This
Are
is the
Black
prime
people
example of keep your
inhumane?
friends close and your enemies closer. Now, this is the last thing this pregnant mom ever expected at her own baby shower, where she was not only set up, but jumped.
Open it up. Pull out the car. Hey, don't break the door.
The craziest part of it all is that when the mom tried locking herself in, all the men that were around her were also a part of it and made sure to unlock the door just so that the girls could get in. She has since been hospitalized and her baby has allegedly passed away. But the moral of the story is to be careful who you call a friend.
Oh, man. Hey, pull off. Pull off.
Are Black people inhumane? Beat this girl up at the baby shower. The men, the men unlocked the door. She tried to lock it, they unlocked it. The girl was in the car trying to hide for safety because she's pregnant. You think Black folks have mercy? You think Black folks have mercy? Normally, women and children are supposed to be off limits. We'll let you live. No. Nope. Laughing at her on the ground. Don't care. Just it's savage. Just pure savagery. Winter's song said, I figured she was pregnant by someone's man. It's possible. It's possible. Now imagine they talking about my body, my choice, and they saying that a baby is not a baby until it's born. So how they gonna charge these folks for murder? If the baby didn't make it, how they gonna charge these folks for murder when they've been screaming, it's not murder, it's not a baby? You can't have it both ways. You can't say it's not a baby till it's born, but then the baby dies by somebody's actions, now it's murder. You can't have it both ways. Which one is it? Which one is it? Jarrell said white people would never allow that kind of stuff to take place in their communities. I couldn't imagine a bunch of white people allowing a pregnant white girl to get jumped and the men and women are in. I can't see it. I can't see it. Oh, Winter said they'll be charged in fetal death if the mother wanted to keep it. Well, that's a slippery slope. UC Yasharla says, Isaiah 51:20, thy sons have fainted, they lie at the head of all of the streets as a wild bull in the net. They are full of the fury of the Lord, the rebuke of thy God. Amen. That is exactly what it is. Let's continue. Let's continue. What is this? Oh.
Making it to this channel.
Sheriff's Department.
Public safety. Got someone in here.
You're moving there?
Yep.
That's priority.
Buddha. Get off! What's going on?
So in this case right here, I guess police were called to this scene, and as they rush in, this woman was drowning her 2-year-old daughter. Albion, Michigan. A Michigan mother is facing attempted murder charges after she was arrested while trying to drown her 2-year-old daughter in a bathtub in a Calhoun County home. 3 children narrowly escaped being killed by their mother after their 15-year-old sister called the police, according to authorities. In what she described as a frantic 911 call, the teen girl reported that her mother was trying to kill her younger siblings. Albion and Calhoun County law enforcement arrived at the home and found the mother holding a 2-year-old girl under a water in a bathtub. Body cam footage showed the police pulled the girl out of the water and performed CPR to revive her. The 2-year-old and 4-year-old were also found at the home with stab wounds. Authorities say the mother forced those children to drink cleaning chemicals. All the children were removed from the home and taken to the hospital. They are reportedly recovering. The 35-year-old woman was arrested and charged with 3 counts of attempted murder. She is being held on $500,000 bond and is expected to appear in court this week. Police said that they've been called to the Albion home before, located near the 27-mile road on I-94, but not for child abuse. The Albion chief of public safety said officers were previously sent there for domestic violence assault, where the mother was the victim. Authorities have not yet said what they believe to be the motive behind this attack. Some police footage can be seen in the video report below, warning the contents are graphic and may be difficult to watch for some. Let me go to, so this is them actually rushing in the home. Then I'm gonna go to this other video.
Sheriff's Department.
Public safety. Got someone in here.
You're moving there?
Yep.
That's priority.
Buddha. Get off! What's going on?
So I'm taking your advice, Kofi. So the definition of humane is having or showing compassion or benevolence. The former of a branch of learning intended to have civilizing or refining effects on people. Inhumane, without compassion for misery or suffering, cruel. So these terms are pretty accurate as to, if we had to describe Black culture, we'd probably say that it was without compassion, people are miserable, suffering, and it's cruelty. And humane, obviously, is having or showing compassion or benevolence. Okay, let's go to
It is an almost unimaginable case of child.
The Capuchin Soup Kitchen gives hope. Fresh meals, fresh clothes, and a fighting chance.
Child abuse out of mid-Michigan tonight. It is an almost unimaginable case of child abuse out of mid-Michigan tonight. The body cam video captures police saving a 2-year-old little girl being drowned in a bathtub by her own mother.
This is really hard to watch. Police say 3 children narrowly escaped being killed after their older sister called 911. Mara McDonald live downtown. We can't point it out enough. This body camera video is brutal, Mara.
It's so hard to watch, Devin. So everyone needs to be aware, because not only on this do you see that little girl being held down in the bathtub, there were 2 other children in this house. Both of them had stab wounds and had been forced to drink cleaning chemicals.
Buddha.
Albion police, along with Calhoun County, kicked in the door to find that 35-year-old mother holding her 2-year-old underwater in the tub.
They immediately pulled the child out of the bathtub and began doing CPR on the child, and were able to revive her rather quickly.
The next discovery, just as awful. A 2- and 4-year-old forced to drink cleaning chemicals and suffering from stab wounds.
Just above the chest. We're here with you, about an inch apart. We're here with you, honey. I know.
Police got all the children out of the house into the hospital where they're recovering. Their mother is in custody. The little one's 15-year-old sister called 911 in what the chief says was a chaotic call.
I know it was pretty frantic, and there was crying in the background, they were saying, and screaming. And she was saying, I think that her mom was trying to kill her sisters.
Albion police say they'd been to the house before, not for child abuse, but for domestic assault, where that 35-year-old mom was the victim. She's now facing charges for the attempted murder of 3 of her children. Back here live, and she's behind bars tonight on a $500,000 bond. She's facing multiple felonies that would land her in jail or prison for the rest of her life if she is convicted. As far as what predicated all this, police and prosecutors have not revealed that yet. We're live downtown tonight. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
So extraordinary. All right, Mara.
I mean, just tragic and just heartbreaking. It truly is. But again, it's what I'm showing you all what Black folks are capable of. They're no different than any other group of people. This notion that, and I'm going all across the country. I'm going to Michigan, like I'm all over the country, and these stories are horrific. So it's not like it's just one concentrated area. Again, people are separated based on their character, not the color of their skin. Are Black people inhumane? I think it's a valid question. American Man says, shout out to the Aqua White saving Black babies. Thank you, American Man. Thank you so much, Cruz Miss. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you, Tut Allen. Thank you so much for the super stick. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Tierra Barnes. Oh my goodness, Tierra. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you too. Is that what it is, y'all? These are Christmas gifts. Thank y'all so much. Y'all blessed me today. Thank y'all. I really appreciate it. Thank you. But it's just sad, though. It's just sad. And she might get off. The sad thing about this is that she might get off, because think about her lawyer. Her lawyer is going to say that it was post-traumatic stress syndrome because she was abused by the man. I'm just telling you, she could get off for this. She could say she lost her mind, she snapped. Like, she has a great alibi for all of this. A great alibi. She was abused. She has a great alibi, y'all. So she could get off. I wouldn't doubt if she got off. I wouldn't doubt it. When they said domestic violence, I was like, she got a way out, y'all. She got a way out.
All this smoke for your own community. You ain't got no smoke for the white man that you swear is out there hurting you so bad. Oh, January 6th, if black people were there, we would have died and they would have dropped bombs on us and blah, blah, blah. I said, you guys have been crying about police brutality, etc. Granted, some bad things have happened and some haven't or whatever, but we've been crying about police brutality and all this stuff happening to black people so bad. Why weren't y'all out there with them? Don't y'all got issues with them too? Y'all should be out there voicing y'all opinions about what was going on with your stuff. I think they believed in their cause enough to go die for it. I think that all of our rappers, we got the guns and we gonna go shoot your mama and this and that and whatever, y'all full of cap. And cap means you're liar, in our generation. But y'all full of cap. The reason y'all full of cap is because y'all got all this smoke for your own community. You ain't got no smoke for the white man that you swear is out there hurting you so bad. You mad at January 6th for going to protest something they believed in. Where were you? Oh, my bad. Y'all was out destroying your own community. You was out there destroying black businesses. You was out there making sure black people didn't have their restaurants. You was out there burning down your own community. They were at the Capitol where stuff actually happens at. Nothing happens in your hometown. Nothing. That's what a major legislation is going to pass. Why weren't y'all there? Y'all should have grouped up everybody and came with the January 6th. No, we here too because we got issues too. and I'm not mad at them for going to talk about what they believed in. Go overtake fine, do it. That's what you guys should have been doing. Die or not. If you believe in it enough, go die for it.
I'm gonna tell you what's funny about King Randall. King Randall went to the black platform and they condemned him. I want you to think about this for a second in regards to King Randall. King Randall went on Roland Martin and Roland Martin condemned him. King Randall was trying to open a school up. The city gave him a building. 2 black young adults, early 20s maybe, went in there and vandalized the school, tore it up. Then he went to the city council meeting where he's from, and all but one black person voted no for his community center. So all the white folks voted yes for the community center. All but one black person voted no. They didn't want it. They wanted a Walmart or a Popeye chicken or something. So isn't it funny that anytime King Randall has dealt with black people, they've tried to stop him. But once white folks heard about King Randall, he has the support of Elon Musk, now Glenn Beck. Think about this. We're talking about prominent white conservatives that they tell you are racist, are elevating this man immediately when they find out who he is. Immediately. He's been doing this for a couple of years and black folks stunted on him. Y'all keep telling me white folks are racist. Y'all keep telling me conservatives are racist. My question is, well, if they're so racist, then why are they embracing him? If they're so racist, then why are they embracing him? And you can't say he's a sellout because he works with black youth. He works with the kids that y'all don't want to work with. So how can you say, so you can't even say King Randall's a sellout. His wife is black, his children are black, and the kids he works with are black. Everything he does is black. You can't say he's a sellout. So what's your excuse? This is crazy. It took Elon Musk to elevate this young man. It took Glenn Beck to elevate this young man. It takes white conservatives to elevate this young man. And he's been around black folks this whole time. And it takes white folks to elevate him. Roland Martin could have raised millions of dollars for this young man. If Roland Martin would have endorsed him, all the other bliggities and nigglets would have came out the woodworks to support King Randall. But instead, Roland Martin condemned him, called him a Trump supporter, and black folks cast him out into the desert. And then white conservatives come along, white conservatives that got some money. We talking about Elon Musk, richest man in the world, supposedly. That white guy says, I'm going to use my power and influence to elevate this guy. Now he's going on show after show after show, something that black folks should have did. Why didn't black folks do it? Oh, I know why. Because King Randall is trying to actually implement some change by empowering children. Once King Randall said he don't believe in excuses, once King Randall said we're going to empower black youth, once King Randall said this is how you behave in a police stop, once he did those things, once he had those children working on cars, once he teaching them kids how to shoot, once he started empowering the black youth to not have a victim mentality, that's when black people hated him. Once he said, I'm not going to raise these young men to be victims, that's when black folks hated him. Today's title is, Are Black People Inhumane? Thank you, Tierra. MKOK says, in the past, I was hurt badly by some black people. This channel and this community has truly assisted me in healing those wounds and returning me to wholeness. Thank you, Blanchard. Merry Christmas. Again, we don't want to talk about the victims of black rage. We don't want to talk about what this propaganda, what this spell casting, what this programming is doing to the minds of black people. What is it doing to the minds of black people? What does it mean for a black person to say, I'm going to focus on racism more than I focus on Jesus? What is the consequence of that? What is the spiritual consequence of a group of people, millions of black folks saying, we want this theology, not the gospel? This man just said he was hurt by some black people, and black folks won't even care. This man probably has a family, I'm assuming, wife, children. He can't have trauma. You know what's crazy? They never mention trauma with white people. Y'all notice that? Y'all notice that the word trauma is only reserved for people of color or women. You don't never hear the word trauma when they said white folks experience trauma. They wouldn't even say it on TV. White folks are being traumatized by the anti-white media or anti-white agenda. They won't even say it. What is the adverse effects of a person or even a child to be told that they are bad based on their skin color? Now they claim that black folks got that rhetoric, but I don't see anywhere in the archives where they were saying on TV or radio, black people are bad because they black. Show it to me. Go back to 1930 and show me. Go back to 1920 and show me where they were saying because they are black, this is going on. And it was a mass message gave out to the entire country. Show me the equivalent to what white folks are going through today. Show it to me. Show me these national campaigns. The one thing that comes to mind right now is the Birth of a Nation film. That comes to mind. What else? Because for the One Birth of a Nation film, there's hundreds of anti-white films, hundreds of anti-white shows. Y'all got one Birth of a Nation film. One. I can cut CNN on to tomorrow talking about white folks. MSNBC talking about white folks. CBS. People making a living condemning white people. There is nobody making a living condemning black people. Nobody. Nobody. There is no market for the condemnation of black people. Nobody would do it. Nobody. Thank you, MKOK. And I hope you are healing. I pray for your healing. I know it's difficult when people are attacked by a certain group of people and they feel like they want to condemn everybody. But hopefully you don't condemn everybody. Hopefully those black people that attacked you, you leave it to just them. Hopefully. It's easy to, get attacked by a certain group of people and condemn the whole group. But we can't do that because, there are good people of all races, just like there's bad folks of all races. I'm not telling you how to heal. I'm just saying, hopefully you can see that those individuals are wrong, not just the group as a whole. All black folks aren't violent. All black folks aren't criminal. However, the majority of black people do indulge in black culture, and that is the problem. Because black culture is always going to compete with the word of God. Jarrell said you can't even do comedy about black people. How many black comedians' whole show is trashing white people? I agree. It's true. It's true. Matter of fact, hold on. Glad you said that. Matter of fact,
Chan's son got arrested and
wasn't really a token black or like
let's talk about token black for a second. What's the definition of them and
Jay Farrow
and how to become them if you are a black man or woman and you want success?
in white spaces?
Success in general.
Be very happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Be very smiley and act like you never learned about slavery. Like, huh? Whites are bad? Never. Blackness teaches the exact opposite of that because black people don't own anything physically. We control social spaces when you come around us because we don't physically own the area. We'll just make you uncomfortable for not understanding the culture. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
White people own stuff, so they're not as controlling their social environment. They're just like, just be calm, just be cool, just be
Is that what Chris Rock said? People who own the least got to talk the most.
Yeah.
So this guy right here is full of BS. I'm gonna tell you why. He said that Jay Farrow was a sellout, but Jay Farrow is surrounded by a bunch of white liberals and Jewish liberals. See, and this is what I mean. Black people's talking points are non-contextual. They're saying things that don't actually make any sense. The cast of Saturday Night Live is literally filled with liberals, whites and Jews. So that means all of the talking points that black folks have, they agree. Wayne Brady is around a bunch of liberal whites and liberal Jews. All of the black people's talking points, they agree. Jay Farrow and Wayne Brady are not working for conservatives. It would be different if they were working for conservatives. It would be different if conservatives control entertainment, but they don't. The liberals do. Literally everything in Hollywood is woke. So if you're on a set in Hollywood and you say America's racist, they're going to say, yeah, we agree it is. They're not going to condemn you for saying that.
But I wasn't really a token black or like.
Let's talk about token black for a second. What's the definition of them, and
Jay Farrow,
and how to become them if you are a black man or woman and you want success? Yeah,
in white spaces.
Success in general.
Be very happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
Be very smiley and act like you never learned about slavery. Like, huh? Whites are bad? Never.
Again, what he's saying sounds funny if you're an idiot. And of course, the little frog-faced girl laughed. But truth of the matter is, the white spaces that black folks occupy are liberal spaces. They are spaces that agree with Black Lives Matter. They agree that America's racist. They don't like Donald Trump. They think the police are bad. You're in those spaces. So insinuating that black folks have to sell out in those spaces is insanity. It's ridiculous. It's just a non-contextual, I don't know, what is it, a joke? What is it? White liberals and Jewish liberals bring up slavery at least once a day. They bring up racism at least once a day. Police brutality at least once a day. They bring up something that negatively is supposed to be affecting black people at least once a day. So this notion that white spaces requires black folks to be a certain way is a lie. Black folks aren't around white conservatives. Not in these areas. Black folks are not around white conservatives like that at all. It's just not true. They're not. Most black folks are uncomfortable around white folks who don't pander and cater to them. Most black people are uncomfortable with white people that do not pander and cater to them.
Blackness teaches the exact opposite of that, because black people don't own anything physically. We control social spaces. When you come around us, because we don't physically own the area, we'll just make you uncomfortable for not understanding the culture.
The culture is trash. And to understand the culture, you got to be foolish. I'll take that back. If you can observe the culture like National Geographic, then you own to something. But if you're trying to understand it to get each bliggities a pass, you're crazy.
You know, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that.
Mm-hmm.
White people own stuff, so they're not as controlling their social environment. They're just like, just be calm, just be cool, just be.
Is that what Chris Rock said? People who own the least got to talk the most.
Yeah.
In jail for 6 months for smoking weed.
Where was
Jackie Chan's son got arrested and thrown in jail for 6 months for smoking weed.
Where was this?
Beijing, China. And not only that, they paraded him on national TV, and then Jackie Chan himself had to apologize in public, saying,
Wow.
I failed as a father.
Jackie Chan, who
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it, had to.
That's his son. This proves there's more equality in China than America.
How so?
Because in China, everyone is treated like black people.
Look how stupid she is. Look how stupid she is. Didn't we just see how many black criminals have I shown y'all get out of jail, get a small sentence, don't go to prison? Like, what is she talking about? You in communist China, where y'all getting terrorized over there, black folks wouldn't dare, just to disprove her point. If black folks went to China, it would be a culture shock for them. They wouldn't say this is just like America. No, they wouldn't say that. They'd be like, get me out of here. You can't protest in China. You can't tear up people's businesses in China. You can't sell dope and not go to prison in China. You can't kill somebody and get out with a shortened sentence in China. You can't get out of prison because of a Peter pandemic outside in China. Think about what black folks get away with in America and think about what would have happened in China. Black folks are bashing the government in China. I mean, in America. That don't work in China. Black folks are making threats to whole groups of people in America. That ain't gonna work in China. How black folks live in America would not fly in China at all. Black folks would quickly learn how it really is to be oppressed if they go to China. China's more equal than America. That's a bold-faced lie, little frog-faced girl. Little frog-faced girl.
Jackie Chan's son got arrested and thrown in jail for 6 months for smoking weed.
Where was this?
Beijing, China. And not only that, they paraded him on national TV, and then Jackie Chan himself had to apologize in public, saying,
Wow.
I failed as a father.
Jackie Chan, who
Yeah.
had nothing to do with it, had to...
That's his son. This proves there's more equality in China than America.
How so?
Because in China, everyone is treated like black people.
She's so dumb. Little frog. I don't know what her podcast is. I guess little talking with little frog faced girl. I don't know what it is, but she's foolish. She's another libtard. Just dumb. Just dumb. Let me see if we can find some observations in before we go. We can find some observations in black culture. Today is the 20, what was Saturday? The 21st? Maybe I didn't save it on this one. What's today? Let me see something. I thought I had it. Yeah, I thought I had it, y'all. I thought I had. Oh no, I got it right here. Here we go.
He's beautiful. Yes, he is. This is Calvin. He's a homeboy sapien africanus or B-boy, as they're known in the neighborhood.
Is he able to walk?
Oh, yes, he walks, but you see, these are new sneakers and they don't like to crease them.
I see. And what is he doing now?
This is what they call chillin', Alan.
Well, it is kind of cold in the studio today.
Oh, no, not that kind of chillin'. He's just relaxing and getting used to his environment.
I see.
Yo, just because you live in lodge with crazy bank and stupid wheels and I'm butt naked don't give you the right to dish. You know what I'm saying?
Pourquoi?
Well, theirs is a rapidly changing language, Alan. There's new terminology almost daily. But as of last Friday, what he said to you was, just because you're rich and he's poor doesn't give you the right to disrespect him.
Oh, boy.
I wouldn't say that around him, Alan. It tends to agitate him. Yo, Calvin, man, cool out. The dude's just bugging.
And you know what's funny? What's hilarious is like the accuracy of this. Because you see somebody like they got some sense, like trying to figure out like what is what is going on. Like it's hilarious. And Living Color, they were ahead of their time, though. They were ahead of their time. They were ahead of their time. Maestro Mark, you don't have to sell out a community that's already bent on its own destruction. Amen. Thank you, Maestro Mark. Amen. I agree 100%. Mano 1135, God bless you, brother. The truth hurts, but it must be told. Thank you, Mano. Shalma Patterson, thank you so much for the super stick. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. That's all I have for tonight, you all. It's getting late. I got y'all on here. It's almost 12 o'clock. I started late, but I'll probably be back after Christmas. Listen, y'all, I love y'all. I want y'all to have a happy Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. I'll probably come back on Thursday and then Saturday again. But listen, y'all, I love y'all, and I will see you all soon. Shalom to you too. Thank y'all so much, and I will see y'all. Thank you.